Fanum came back and he gave a take. We talked about him previously when he talked about the situation with streaming this year, and he gave another update. And I do think there's a lot of insight that we can get into here, and from trends that I've seen that have happened already. So I'm going to play you guys the clip first, and then I'm going to give you some examples.
And by the way, I think streaming right now, I can't want to say nothing because everything, like, I feel like I be saying and then just get twisted. But
they be clip farming you. They be clip farming
like
the mess out of
it's so much going on that it almost feel like nothing going on in a weird way. I don't know explain it, bro. I have a bad way with certain things. I just know like it's the feeling that I'm trying to portray. But whatever, it's just everybody trying to do everything.
Literally.
You feel me? And I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm trying to make sure I be like myself.
So I agree with him completely here. And
I feel you, bro. I feel like every time somebody do something, it's like the only thing you can think about is like not somebody not doing something. It's something with Kai, bro. Like Mafia-thon 3 is feel like something like everybody like what's going on, bro. At that point. Like, everybody stopped streaming. Like I kid you not, you seen it today, bro. I got back on Twitch today, and I kid you not, bro. I kid you not. I seen a bunch of streamers back streaming, gang. No cap, bro. I seen a bunch of streamers start streaming again, bro. I did not see him when Mafia-thon 3 was going on, bro. I didn't see him. The day after Mafia-thon, a lot of these streamers are back on. They're back streaming. They're literally back streaming. Just crazy work, bro. Stopped everybody from streaming to watch him, bro. Nothing was actually going on throughout the Mafia-thon other than Speed doing his tour as well. Anybody else, irrelevant. It wasn't relevant.
Speed's doing his USA tour, and it feels like these things are not as hyped as the European tour or the Asia tour. And I don't know if it's because people are seeing it more often, but I know you guys feel it too. Like, you see the clips, but it feels like it's a custom now, where the clips are being posted because that's what the clip pages are supposed to do.
Clip farmers ruining everything
versus people excited to clip it, and then people are excited to reply. Now it's just like, oh yeah, he's doing that thing that he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kai Cenat. Oh yeah, he's doing that thing he's supposed to do. Because the rate that he's gaining subs, like, it doesn't have that hit that it once did. And with Fanum is somebody that has always been himself, and he's somebody that's predicted all of these trends. Like, the guy brought Kai Cenat into the AMP house.
Literally,
he saw him streaming. He saw the potential that he had, and he said, yo, get out of your dingy apartment in the Bronx with your family and come here in Atlanta. I'm going to house you, and you're going to grind it out. And
I'm not sure that's right. I feel like they knew each other before AMP. But Fanum blew up before Kai, and Fanum brought Kai into AMP, and then it's just history after that.
And now the guy's the biggest streaming star in America.
Ever.
So Fanum knows a
America,
thing or two, more than a thing or two.
But
But I'll give you guys another example, which is this guy Lacey. So FaZe Lacey, he gives his take on why streaming is going downhill, and I'm gonna play you guys that right now.
Let's talk real for a sec. The standard for streaming is all the way up here. If you go live and you don't have anything planned and you just want to sit at your desk and talk to the chat and just relax, kick back, vibe with your stream, all people say is L content. Go IRL, go do this. No content. Didn't plan anything today. Never plan. No content. Why did it turn into that? I genuinely feel like that's why streamers are taking breaks. Look at Ron taking a break. Marlon just didn't stream for a week. Because I feel like for some reason, the way streaming has become, if there's nothing big planned or no big event, people don't want to stream because the chat expects and has the standard of you got to do that. I think we should go back to the days where you could literally spark up at 8 p.m. if you wanted to, and the chat is happy. And people are happy. How nice.
I feel like that's just because of what they brought their streaming in their community to. You feel me? But I feel like some people, he's saying that, but it's like people like Jinxie and Queso, they sit at their desktop every night with like 50K people watching them every time, bro. It's because of y'all. It's because of what they doing. It's for what Kai's doing, what Lacey's doing, for all these IRL, DDG, all these people. I feel like that's the issue, bro. Like, y'all doing all this stuff, all this crazy stuff, and it feels like, your chat is just used to you doing that stuff now. So when you go sit at desktop and you're trying to connect with them, just chill, like, it's boring to them, bro. You haven't built that real genuine connection with them or when you did, it's just lost at this point now because you're gaining a lot of new people, and that's what they're expecting you to see from your clip farming. Because I know you're clip farming. You feel me? Like, I'm kidding you not, it's a bunch of successful streamers. I said this the other day. The top four streamers are desktop streamers. Literally, the top 4 streamers are the desktop streamers. Kai, he's technically a desktop streamer still. He does crazy stuff, but it's always on desktop. Kai, Queso, Jinxie, and Hassan. They're all desktop streamers. Like, when they say desktop is dying, it's not dying. It's the people. It's like people like, I wouldn't say Lacey. Lacey's entertaining. But it's like some people, Speed's the IRL king, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not dying. It's the people. Like, it's either you're boring and nobody wants to watch you do anything. Like, you need other people and other chaos around you for them to react, so you react to, or like, you just genuinely lost connection with the desktop streaming fan base or community that you have, bro. It's not dying. It's like the people you're watching, like, they're not watching you for genuinely, like, for you at this point no more.
Life was, bro. Why are y'all saying, oh, I go live, right? And I'll end my stream off for the last 4 hours, me just talking to the chat, playing a game. And then I look over at the chat and I see, oh, L content. Bro didn't plan anything today. Go do something. Why are you just sitting here?
It's because he explored his community with that every time.
View bot. This guy's botting.
This is a very, very good point. And it's not that history repeats itself. It's that there's really nothing new under the sun, and people rehash things often, but trends. So right now, huge events, budgets, production. Like, remember, like DDG, Are You My Ball? That happened. There was a huge production into that show. In Too Deep, Black Boy Max. There's a huge production. It's almost like TV. It's like Love Island.
TV.
And then you've got Mafiathon. That costs a ton of money. And you've got Speed's tour. This guy's got a bus, and it's like theatrical. It's like the first time you saw drone footage. You remember when vlogs were going on YouTube, and you saw Casey Neistat drone footage, and you saw, I think it was Jesse Wellen who was the first one that was using the drones. But you saw drone footage, you were like, whoa, just any footage of aerial from a drone in a vlog, you were like, this is crazy. But after a while, after a bunch of other vloggers start using it, you're like, okay, here we go, another drone shot. And now it's really nothing special. It's not, it doesn't have that novelty, I guess you could say. Same thing with Mr. Beast. When Mr. Beast first got into the game, throwing in these crazy budgets on these huge videos, it was wild. People were like, well, I've never seen something like this. This is insane. And giving away this much money. And then you had other people.
The only thing I say is Mr. Beast, he still gives away the most money, bro. Nobody else doing what he's doing. Because nobody else is making as much money as he's doing, other than probably Kai. I don't even think Kai's not even touching what Mr. Beast doing.
Copying him, following the meta. So you had people like Eric, you had like people like Tyler Oliveira. There was this whole genre called the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. And people got numb to it. And even Mr. Beast has confirmed, I think today the news came out, that he confirmed that he's slowing down his videos. He's not doing the loud stuff anymore. He's not doing the fast-paced stuff. He's slowing it down. He's making it more story-based. And he's pivoting away from what he was doing. And that's because people got numb to it. They're like, okay, another one of these. And I think that's the same thing that's happening in streaming, because there was the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, which was, oh, you got to maximize retention, and you got to cut out any pauses, and you got to make sure that the person's just spazzing out like a Logan Paul vlog. And then at the peak of that era of YouTube, what happened? We got a superstar on YouTube that blew up, that was getting disgusting views compared to everybody else, and that was Sam Sulek. And Sam Sulek was just a bodybuilder that was really calm, wasn't loud, wasn't screaming, not even like the era of bodybuilders that were like hawking cigs or chilling with chicks, right? Like, but there was like that high energy stuff. And Sam Sulek wasn't even that. He was just calm, chilling, driving to the gym, talking, doing his workout, and he blew up. And people didn't quite understand it. He wasn't the biggest guy. There were people bigger than him. There were people more lean than him. There were people that were professionals. There were people that were older. There were people that were doing other content. But it just swung the opposite way.
That's what I'm saying.
And for a long time, streaming was largely just desktop streaming. And it was gaming originally. But then it became people doing just chatting / IRL. You had a little bit of IRLs. And
that's
then
facts. It's just, I just feel like
the Aiden Ross really.
I just feel like I said earlier, it's like people just doing the same thing. Everybody's just doing the same thing, trying to get that clip, trying to clip farm, just do the same thing. So they're not like genuinely like building a connection with their community or trying to build something with them. I feel like it's like everybody's is just clip farming at this point. They don't care. They're just trying to blow up and try to do something, and which I don't think that's not going to work. Like you need that base frame of desktop streaming, bro, so you can relate to your community and build a connection with them, make them want to come back. So if you just spark up a stream, just chilling like this, talking like I'm talking to y'all, like we're just chilling. TikTok, I'm chilling with TikTok. I'm chilling with A. I'm chilling with Bobby. I'm chilling with Carly. I'm chilling with Panda. You feel me? Like you just gotta build that connection, and you don't have to freaking try to force clip farm everything. You feel me? That's what everybody's doing now. Everybody's doing the same thing. That's literally what he's saying. Everybody's doing the same thing and trying to copy and paste everybody else. Like you're not. If you copy and paste everybody else, you're not gonna get anything different. You know, like everything's gonna be the same. Nobody's not gonna like you for you, and nobody's gonna pay attention to you because they don't think everybody else, you're like everybody else. Everybody, oh, so what's the difference between you and this person? Y'all all doing the same thing. You feel me? There's no connection there. To them, to your audience, you just look like everybody else.
Really took things to another level. So this started with the Aiden. If it's anything, it's the Aiden Ross, and then I would say it is Kai Cenat for sure. But the production started coming in. And I think we're going to get to a point very soon. And this is why Bruce Drop Him Off coming back is so important, because he's a guy that came up in his room. I don't like
Bruce.
And XQC is an example of that too. This guy came up in his room. Granted, XQC blew up initially because he was really, really, really good at video game.
Yeah, but still.
Bruce Drop Him Off, he was a personality that was just online.
Yeah.
But him coming back is like, yo, you can get these numbers just being you and kicking it with your community and being entertaining. And you don't need all of this other stuff. Like a lot of people say DDG needs girls and he needs to collaborate and he needs to create these storylines. What I think is going to happen, I don't think we've hit this peak yet. It might happen in a year or so, because think about it. iShowSpeed this year has jumped over 2 cars. Like the certain events that have happened this year in streaming
that should be crazy,
are
but
once a year events, or even like once in 5-year events. You're like, yo, that guy jumped over 2 cars. Speed jumped over a car, number one, and then he jumped over 2 cars, and that was old news like a week later because he just did some other crazy thing. And that's unsustainable. And I want to drag this back to music because I think the same thing happens with music. You need spacing in between drops or in between huge events in this scenario. Like there needs to be room to breathe, or else you're not going to appreciate it as much. Mm-hmm. Like if a movie, like a feature film, they were able to release one every single day, you wouldn't appreciate them as much. Thanks. And like let's say Drake, right? Let's look at Drake's biggest hits. You've got One Dance, God's
Anthony, what's
Plan,
up with you?
Hotline Bling, Passion Fruit, In My Feelings, Nice for What, Sicko Mode. That was with Travis Scott, but let's just throw that in there. Tootsie Slide, Nonstop, Hell. Let's just say those are 10. What is that? 9, 10? But you've got all those songs. If those songs released one on each day, you release One Dance Monday, God's Plan Tuesday, by day 5 or 6, one of these songs is getting called mid.
Thanks.
I promise you.
Literally.
Because he's dropping too much. Same thing with, now Future is somebody that was dropping a ton and people were appreciating it, but there got to a time around Evil, which is Love Backwards, around there where people were like, yo, you got to chill, man. It's part of it is not being able to consume as much, but value comes in scarcity too. And Kai Cenat, like there are people that are criticizing Kai Cenat's Mafiathon, and they're saying like, man, all he's doing is just begging for subs and like a short segment, and they're not being grateful.
I mean, they signed a short segment. I mean, Kai, he was doing that for 30 days. You got to think about that. Can you be on live for 30 days straight, like in the shower? I think the only time he wasn't on live was when he was using the restroom. He was showering on live. He was sleeping on live. Segments, he did at least, at the very least, 15 segments a day. And that's at the least. That's on the low end. 15 segments a day. Everything was planned out. Like, nobody else can do that. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody else can do what Kyle was doing. So they just saying it's a megathon. I mean, it's a subathon, and just because most people are doing their subathons right now, by the way, just because the Purple app Twitch, they have it discounted off, 25% off. That's why everybody's doing this. It's overstimulating. He's literally overstimulating. You want to know what he's doing next, what he's gonna do next. He keeps your attention. Like as soon as this one segment's over, on to the next one. Like he keeps you wanting to watch. Like not everybody's doing that. Like the last day of Mafiathon, Buddy had Kevin Hart, Drewski, and LeBron. With Kevin Hart and Drewski, he hit 700 to 800K watching him. LeBron, he hit 1 million views. He knows his community. He overstimulates them, so he's great at it. He's great at keeping their attention, and he kept their attention for 30 days straight, 24/7. Like that's crazy to think about. And people are talking about it's a megathon. No, you gotta think about how much work and effort that was, bro. Not everybody's built for like that. Nobody's built for that.
For this guy brought on Kim Kardashian,
That's first
Offset,
day.
Tyla, Ice Spice, Sway Lee, Drewski. Did he have Wembenyama on there? He had Mario. He had Neo. Who else? This guy had the Chainsmokers DJing a set inside his bathroom. So this is just what I'm remembering off the top of my head, and I haven't been watching a lot of these. He had the Jonas Brothers on there.
He did have the
Kiki
Jonas
Palmer.
Brothers on there.
Hey, who else? These people, and people still find something to be ungrateful for. And this is the thing. Every guest of this could have been a once in every 3 month thing. And it would have been a huge event. Like, remember when
but he had him back to
Ninja
back.
was
Some of these
streaming with
people-
Drake?
the
That
same
was
day.
an internet-shattering event. It was the
It
first time
was.
those two worlds collided
Literally.
with the biggest thing, which was Fortnite. But if you're just throwing celebrity after celebrity after celebrity, then it gets dull.
I'm not gonna
And
lie,
I
it
think
did go.
those streamers get categorized in
did get
something
gold,
that
though.
is not fashionable anymore. Because like what's fashionable, what's cool, it's always moving in cycles. So what I think is going to happen with streaming eventually, maybe in a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe someone's blowing up right now, is someone that is just authentic,
Chilling. That's what I'm
kind
saying.
of dull, like not dull. He has to be entertaining, but not entertaining in the way that everyone else is right now. I see that becoming the new meta eventually, because
Especially that's
the
IRL
streamers
too.
that are smaller are not going to be able to compete unless they
They got
clout
bread.
chase, right? Or not clout chase.
Unless they got bread.
It's,
Keep it a buck.
it's a little.
Keep it a buck. Unless they got bread, they're not gonna be able to compete with Kai or DDG and all these other people. Keep it a buck. You can't. Like you can't do it. That's why you need to watch people around your size and do your own stuff, bro. Don't watch what Kai's doing, trying to imitate what they're doing. You can't do what they're doing. Let's keep it a buck. Some of this stuff you can't do what they're doing, and that's okay. It's really okay. Be yourself and do what you want to do. And the people that's gonna message you for you, they're gonna come and find you at some point.
Little bit of, it's like kind of knocking them down unless they network or get the attention of one of these big guys, because you're going to get priced out of production. And I do think people like DDG are realizing more production is not resulting in a proportional return on investment. So DDG's probably looking at it like, yo, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this thing. It didn't blow me up.
blow up.
And it didn't make me that much money. I could have made this same amount of money, or I could have made 10% less money spending 80% less than I spent on this. So why would I continue to do this? It doesn't make sense.
Literally.
And yeah, I could see a new house blow. Like, for example, if there's a house of entertaining streamers that are struggling, right? Like these guys are all trying. I see a new crew blowing up. I could see that happening. Of course, it's difficult to make things like this happen.
Literally, I'm not gonna lie to you. Literally, the CEO of Twitch the other day, yesterday on Kai's last day, he literally said to blow up on Twitch, you need to collab with people. You need to collab with people, especially if you're smaller and you're not established. You gotta collab with other people. Get your fan base out there. Put yourself out there, bro, and combine communities. That's what he said. And he said that's the way to go. Groups are always the way to go. I know it's hard to get them together, but groups are always the best way to go. It's combining like 4 to 5, 6 different communities all together. You feel me? Best way to go every time.
But it's that authentic wanting to root for the underdog that is what's eventually going to become cool. And it's hard because now this is somewhat of an industry. Like their clipping is a mandatory thing now, and you have to know how to do it. So either you know how to do it or you have the funds to do it. But if you're trying to grind as a streamer, you don't really have the funds for it. And if you have the funds, then you're probably not streaming and you already have an income source, or maybe you want to stream but you don't have enough time to stream
Thanks.
because of the dedication that you have to the income source that's generating the money that you would spend on Clippers. So right now, there's kind of this monetary moat that's being created around the biggest streamers, and it's just going to take time and new. I don't want to say these guys aren't authentic, but new DIY people are going to blow up. And I see that happening again in streaming. It's not going to continue like this. Yeah, there will be the biggest channels that are kind of like TV and there's production, but the audiences will move. And I can almost guarantee that happening. And that's what I think Fanum is saying, is that so much is going on that it just feels like another TV channel. Okay, this guy's doing this guy's doing this show, and it's not like when Kai Cenat was doing the first Mafia-thon or the second one, it was like, whoa, this is the only guy that's doing something like this.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Then everyone steps up their game, and you constantly got to be pivoting and doing new things, which I think Kai is doing. But maybe the third one, and it makes sense why he said the third one would be the last one because
like,
he knew when to cut it. But
hey, bro, I feel him on this. It was a good video. I don't lie to you. This was a great video.